mentioned that, there's this fear factor with a lot of illegal immigrants living in the United States, fear that they're gonna get deported, they really can't live their lives properly. And I sympathize with that situation. However, at the end of the day, they are committing a federal crime. They are coming to this country illegally, and there's a legal process to follow. And there's other, we have a lot of our huge influx from neighboring countries, such as Mexico, Canada, and especially Latin America. But we have other immigrants that try to come over here from different parts of the world, and their situation in a way is a lot worse. Especially right now in current events, we're dealing with the issue of with Syria and the civil war, and there's a lot of people from Syria leaving the country to find a safe haven, and a lot of them are going to Europe, but some of them are coming to the United States. And the solution for that is, while they are kind of in danger, we can offer them political asylum. And that's a really good process to offer some form of safety net, maybe not necessarily citizenship right away, but maybe legal residency for an extraneous circumstance. I do understand that what they mentioned, there is a drug cartel war going in Mexico. We sympathize with that situation, but a lot of these individuals are coming for opportunity, for better lifestyle. However, the way that they're doing it is they're usually, some of them are most likely taking out Social Security cards under different individuals, taking identities from maybe diseased individuals that are no longer needing those numbers. And they're basically living in the shadows. But if we offer the alternative, which is maybe a path to legal residency as the first step instead of guaranteeing citizenship straight off the bat, that might be a little bit better to kind of calm that fear factor. I do also want to mention that the government does provide some really great programs for individuals that may not have citizenships, especially for children that are that were kind of forced to come to the U.S. with their parents. Especially for the education system, they do qualify for AB 540 status, and that is in California, that is an assembly bill that they are able to pay in-state tuition rather than paying international student fees or non-resident fees. We also have passed recently the DACA program, which is a deferred action for childhood arrivals, which defers removal action. So it kind of guarantees safety from that they're not going to get deported. However, it does allow them to apply for a Social Security number and to actually work in the workforce. So it is a step towards citizenship, but it is in steps. And those are really great alternatives. People who are considered AB 540 students can actually qualify for financial aid through the state and federal government. But another concern that I also want to bring up is that for a lot of illegal immigrants that want citizenship, there has to be some form of process. And they do have to kind of really integrate really well with American culture, because about 65% of illegal immigrants don't speak English and they struggle with the language, and most of them have probably been here for decades and they've yet to learn the language. And I believe that learning the English language is very vital for communications, and it will eliminate that barrier with the rest of the country. And then I do want to kind of just close with Border Patrols is going to still continue whether we pass the pathway to citizenship or not. Like they mentioned, it is the most expensive federal government department when you're combining multiple departments. It is the most costly expenditure. However, we're talking about offering the pathway to citizenships for individuals that are living here now. But we need to find a way to reform immigration to kind of limit illegal immigrations from people who are planning on coming here in the future. And we really do have to think outside the box and think comprehensively. Because if we don't, then we're going to be basically in square one. Basically 27 years ago with Reagan passed his Amnesty Act, it didn't solve anything. It just made matters worse.